Welcome to NCIX Tech Tips. It's time for our annual D-Link Wireless AC Showcase. Now, the truth of the matter is that as much as you might love the WRT54GL, let's face it, we all bought one at some point, the internet connections available to our homes are getting faster and faster to the point where you can get 100 megabit or even 250 megabit connections, even from the more traditional telcos that, are, I guess, feeling threatened by Google's internet connection and making sure that we're able to get faster internet. So, for your wireless devices, particularly if you have newer devices like the Nexus 5, Galaxy S4, or HTC One, we are able to start leveraging wireless AC, which means it might be time for an AC router upgrade. So we worked with D-Link to bring you guys this showcase today. So we're going to be showing off their lineup of AC wireless products. They have a complete lineup with products that are suitable for something like a small college dorm where you've got an enclosed space to cover with wireless coverage and really probably one or two people using it if you don't factor in the people around you that are probably going to be using it too. And so make sure that you are protecting your wireless hotspot. They've also got more expensive products that are designed to serve an entire family in a much larger space, like a full home. So having like a blanket of wireless over your entire living space. Now, their antennas are connected to high-powered amplifiers to get solid coverage throughout the house, and they're fully backwards compatible, so you don't have to replace the old laptop in the house that only has wireless G or wireless N, for example. So you can actually get AC speeds to your new devices, and then you can get legacy speeds to your older devices, which isn't to say that you're limited to legacy speeds on your own devices. You can pick up USB adapters like the DWA-182, and you can upgrade existing devices, whether it's a laptop or a desktop or whatever else, using a simple USB dongle. So why upgrade to AC? I mean, the most popular wireless standards out there are pretty much G. A lot of people never went to N because it wasn't really necessary at the time, and it didn't drive the technology forward in the same way that AC does. AC brings some new upgrades. So for one thing, MIMO is now standard. That's multiple in, multiple out. Before it wasn't standard, and it really does dramatically improve throughput. This is combined with support for more streams and more channels. That is to say, 8 streams versus 4 streams, giving you better signal reliability and speed without using more power, and also more channels for things like better throughput to devices that require constant video streaming with no interruption, like something like a next-gen NVIDIA Shield-like device, or for example, would be able to handle 1080p as opposed to 720p with AC wireless as opposed to with dual band and wireless. Now, the maximum theoretical speed for wireless AC is 1.3 gigabit per second. That's up from 450 megabit per second. So those of you with these faster internet connections or Google Fiber are not going to be limited to nearly the same extent by your wireless equipment inside your house as opposed to by your internet connection entirely. Now, in our testing in the past, we did discover that 1.3 gigabit per second has a lot of signal overhead and sort of whatnot that goes along with it, but you can achieve with a high-end wireless AC solution upwards of 40 megabytes per second of throughput, which is pretty darn good. If you're connected to the internet with that kind of speed, you're going to be limited probably by the websites you're connected to, not by your own wireless or by your own internet connection. So let's talk about beamforming. This is a technology that D-Link has enabled on some of their routers, and what it does is it identifies the rough locations of the devices and strengthens the correct antennas to make the signal better and reduce interference for the locations where your devices actually are, rather than just, just wireless net that it just kind of throws out and hopes that it catches stuff. So we've actually got 4 routers here today. We have the 868L, the 850L, the 820L, and the 810L. We'll start from the ground up with the 810L. Each of them pretty much has all the features of the one before it, and then some more. So first of all, they all support the My D-Link app, so that allows you to manage your network remotely as well as monitor your network. It's got an app available for iOS, Android, as well as Windows Phone 8, which is pretty much complete coverage these days. And we're going to start with the 810L. So it has 4 Ethernet ports. They are fast Ethernet as opposed to gigabit Ethernet, and supports dual band up to 433 megabit per second. So it's an inexpensive way to step up to AC with nearly the same speed as what would have been quite a high-end wireless end device not that long ago. Next up, we have the 820L, which has speeds up to dual band 650 megabit per second with 4 fast Ethernet ports, a USB port for sharing files and printers, and that is, I guess, about it. Next up, we have the DIR-850L, which is dual band up to 867 megabit per second, has 4 gigabit ports. It has the same USB port as the 820L. Finally, we've got the granddaddy. I think I pointed to the wrong thing at some point, but it's this one right here, DIR-868L. Small Net Builder actually rated this #1 in their AC 1750 speed roundup, but don't worry guys, Wheels will be running his own numbers shortly, so we'll be happy to verify that for you. It supports 1300 megabit per second max. So guys, the way that the 1750 number is derived is it's AC 1300 plus N450, that's the total max throughput, and supports AC Smart Beam, which is D-Link's version of beamforming with AC. So it focuses more bandwidth to your devices, essentially. It has 4 gigabit Ethernet ports. It has USB 3.0 for high-speed file sharing, and I think that pretty much wraps it up. So the conclusion is simple here. It's pretty much what we said already. They have something, regardless of whether you're looking for a very entry-level AC device or whether you're looking for something a little bit more, robust. Thank you for checking out this episode of NCIX Tech Tips. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this from ncix.com.